Oh no, the tire's leaking air! Hey, this is Brian, that's Zach behind the camera. Thanks for watching Kies Motorsports. If you are a BMW driver, chances are your BMW came equipped with RUNFLAT tires, as did my wife's 2020 BMW X7. Now, although they do have pros and they have cons, and personally I won't run them on my M3, I do think they are a great investment for my wife's car because I want to make sure that she is as safe as possible. But the question is, what really happens with a RUNFLAT tire once it goes flat? They say that you can drive 50 miles an hour for 50 miles, which is great if maybe your wife gets a flat tire in an area she doesn't really know. You know, you don't want to be stuck in a bad area or something like that. Gives you an opportunity to get away from whatever situation you may be in, get to a safer location, and then you do have to change out that tire. But the question is, what exactly happens when a RUNFLAT goes flat? All right, so what we're going to do now is we are going to simulate what would happen if you were to get a flat tire with a RUNFLAT tire in the worst possible tire, one of your driver fronts. In this case, I heard there's some tragedy coming for our front passenger tire. So anyway, if you take a look at our screen here, you can see that our pressures in the front are 35 and 36. We're just casually driving down the road when, oh no, an object! All right, but as you can see, the pressure is still at 36 PSI, so whew, we dodged a bullet because the tire isn't leaking air until, oh no! All right, so as you can see, we are down to 34 PSI. The pressure is seeping out, but at least nobody left a drill in the road! Oh no, the tire's leaking air! Quick, let's get inside! Oh no, it appears the low tire pressure light has come on. Now, let's go to the tire pressure menu. Oh crap, we're at 0 PSI already. All right, so right now, the tire is completely airless. So let's jump out of the car one more time and we'll compare what the tire looks like with the properly inflated one up front. We have it at 35 PSI versus a tire that has 0 PSI. Now, a traditional GoFlat tire would have, well, no air in the tire and it'd be completely pancaked. But the RUNFLAT tires are specifically designed to have thicker sidewalls to be able to get you safely home, even with a completely flat tire with 0 PSI. All right, so this one, we have a sophisticated measuring technique. It goes to right here on my hand. And as I said before, if you had a flat tire on a regular car, you'd be basically down to here. So let's see what the other side looks like. All right, so as you can see, the tire is definitely still flat, but it's about half of what it used to be. I guess I can take this out now. So it's about half of what it was, but because of these thicker sidewalls, we should still be able to get home safely. All right, so pulling out onto the road. The car actually drives pretty comfortably. It definitely, you can definitely feel that there's something wrong, but if I literally didn't flatten the tire myself, I would not believe you if you said I had a 100% completely flat tire. It's still, like we'll go 50. All right, so we're going 50 right now. Everything is like uncomfortably smooth. Like, and when I say uncomfortably smooth, I mean that you don't really know that there is an issue. And I think one of the problems with RUNFLATs is, yeah, it feels a little funny, but if you're just cruising on the highway, it doesn't feel like a flat tire. It doesn't feel like, oh no, I need to put my hazards on and go 10 miles an hour. It's actually pretty comfortable. If you're comfy,
Mm-hmm.
Zach's comfy, I'm comfy. If I didn't know that there were like 6 holes in the tire, I definitely would not know. You know, the car definitely pulls to the right a little bit. But outside of that, it handles bumps and everything good. But I think a legitimate concern with RUNFLATs is, you know, obviously you want to look for this light that comes on, but I could easily see people having an issue with their tire and just continually driving on the car because they didn't realize that they had a completely flat tire. They look at it and it's like, oh, maybe it looks a little low. But that being said, I want to make sure that my wife and kids are as safe as can be. And, you know, this is definitely a really good option because, like I said before, we live by Philly. So if we are in Philadelphia or something like that, you get a flat tire, it's like, you know, let's get out of the city and then we'll get it changed. You know, it gives me enough time to get over the bridge and whatnot. And honestly, I can make it back to my house from Philly. Now, do I want to drive on a run flat for that long? Probably not. The downside about run flats is they are more expensive. And you have to make sure, especially once you start to get into the sizes like the X7s and whatnot with the 21-inch wheels, sometimes availability can be a little bit of an issue. Now, with a traditional tire, most tire shops are gonna have most sizes, but once you start to get into this size, a lot of times you could not have an option if you go to a Firestone or you go to one of these little tire shops because it is a very specialized tire and BMW doesn't give you a spare. So whether you have the run flats or standard tires, there's still no spare. It's like they give it a little pump and say, you know, don't hit anything crazy. But yeah, overall, very impressed. That was a really bumpy area of the road and this thing just glides right over it. Fun fact actually about this car, when we bought this car, within 12 hours, my wife got a flat tire and drove it probably 10 miles or so on a completely flat tire. She hit a pothole and it blew a hole the size of a golf ball in the sidewall of the tire. So it was really funny because she literally drove 10 miles with this giant hole in the side of the tire, and safety was never really a concern because these tires handle so good. So are run flat tires worth all the hype? Well, look at this. Zach and I are comfortably driving. We're still at 0 PSI. Now, luckily, these tires were worn out, so don't slay me in the comments saying, oh my gosh, you wasted a tire. I literally just changed the other 3 2 days ago, and I held off on that one just so we could do this for you. So, hope you enjoyed today's video. Once again, that's Zach. My name's Brian. Thanks for watching Kies Motorsports. If you haven't done so already, make sure to get some run flat tires. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.